WVTC Radio Detroit. You can find us on Facebook, YouTube, our website, www.wvtcradio.com, or download our WVTC app from the Play Store for Android users and the App Store for iPhone users.
This is
Soulful Inspiration.
It's your girl, Nikki Jones. This will be an hour to feed your soul with music and laughter, information and inspiration. You're listening to WVTC
Detroit.
All designed with you in mind. So sit back, relax, and get ready to join the conversation with me,
Nikki Jones.
Soulful.
Soulful Inspiration.
Inspirations. Yes, sir. Welcome to Soulful Inspirations. I am your girl, Nikki Jones. So glad to be with you tonight. It is a wonderful Tuesday in the city, in the metro area of Detroit, Michigan. And we are here tonight on WVTC Detroit, two-time Stellar Award-winning internet station of the year. Can you say two-time? Two-time. Yes. We have won again, and it is because of you. And we are so excited, so glad, and so appreciative of what God is doing and what you have done for us and with us. So thankful for your listening ears. Listen, we want you to like and share and subscribe. I said like, I said share, and I said subscribe. Why? It's a great show. You know it's going to be a great show. And tonight we are lightening the mood. What you say? Lightening the mood. Why? We've been in some deep conversations. Lord have mercy. We was talking about relationships and church hurt and all kinds of stuff going on, and Mother Wright was here asking serious questions, and so now we are lightening the mood. I'm trying to tell you, it's a beautiful night tonight, and you don't want to miss it. You really want to share this particular broadcast tonight. We have a wonderful guest. I am so excited, super duper excited, because we have the one and only, I'm telling you, the one and only, he's from right here in the D, Demetrius Neighbors. Did you hear what I said? Demetrius Crayon Neighbors, okay? Demetrius Crayon Neighbors is in the building, okay? Now, what I want to do now is I want to welcome my co-host. You know her, and I know her, but did you know that we call her Pastor D? We call her Pastor D. Her name is Denise Thomas, but we call her Pastor D. Would you please greet her and say hello?
Hello.
Hello. she all calm tonight. Hello. She's like, hello. She's so calm. I don't know where this calmness is coming from.
Because this is not we're having a laid back broadcast.
Yes, a laid back.
Yeah, we're laying back.
Yes.
We've been on 10.
We've been on 10. I'm trying to tell you. So we are looking forward to this one tonight. And as you can see, between us is the one and only, my big brother, my musical brother, and the accountant, if you did not know, Mr. Demetrius Crayon Neighbors.
Thank you so much.
Yes. How you doing, Crayon?
I'm good. How are you?
I am wonderful. I'm so excited that you are here finally.
Thank you. I'm honored.
You are? Oh
yes.
We are honored that you are here. Listen.
No, I'm honored. Y'all, second Stellar Award? Yes, I'm honored.
But for an international platform such as yourself.
Yes.
That's what we're saying.
That part. That part. So listen, if you don't know, I don't know. You must don't live in Detroit. You probably never heard of Kim. You probably never heard of instrumental music. You probably never heard of a whole lot of things.
If they live under a rock.
Right. Especially if you are a musician or a singer in the city of Detroit, you have to know know who this person is sitting next to me. And so I'm going to introduce him to you musically for a few minutes, and then we're going to come back and talk to him about who he is and his music
What he
and
doing,
other stuff,
and
where he's going, you know, on the
Yeah,
July
yeah.
28th and August and stuff like that. You know, he performing, he worldwide. So one of my favorite songs, he has so many songs that I'm telling you that are favorites of mine. So one of my favorite collabs that he's done was with Doobie Powell. And so we are going to play Overjoyed.
Yes.
This cover, oh my God.
Overjoyed.
It's one of my favorites.
Yes.
Oh, thank you. Come on now.
Come on now, play the song.
Over time, I've been building my castle of love, just for two. Though you never knew you were my reason, I've gone much too far for you now to say that I've got to throw my castle away. Over dreams I have picked out a perfect come true. Oh, though you never knew it was of you I've been dreaming. The Sandman has come from too far away for you to say come back some other day. And though you don't believe that they do come true. For did my dreams come true when I looked at you? And maybe too, if you would believe, you too might be overjoyed over love, over me. Over hearts I have painfully turned every stone. Yeah, just to find I have found what I've searched to discover. I've come much too far for me now to find the love that I sought can never be mine. And though you don't believe that they do come true. Forbid my dreams come true when I looked at you. And maybe too, if you
I'm just grooving. Oh, it's all in my shoulders. It's in my head. It's in my neck. I'm just grooving. Did y'all groove to that? I was grooving. Okay.
Yeah,
and you know,
water bottle. I thought it was a wine glass.
we ain't got no wine goblets in here, but we're gonna keep the party going though. We're gonna keep it going.
Wait a minute, I was sitting up here like, wow, that song is really, really good.
You like that, don't you?
Yeah,
Yes.
pretty good.
That boy good. He good. Uh-huh. Listen, I am just excited. I'm so excited that he's here. Let me just give you a little bit of the background of Demetrius Crayon Neighbors, pianist, composer, producer, and arranger, well known in the Detroit area on the national contemporary jazz scene. Demetrius' influences include gospel, jazz, classical, and blues, which can all be heard in his compositions and performances. He is a two-time Detroit Music Award winner in the Outstanding Christian Gospel Musician category, armed with bachelor's and a master's in jazz studies from the University of Michigan. Oh my gosh, that you got like
Go blue.
Go blue. But listen, he be counting money too, though. You just multi-talented.
Yeah, I have a master's in accounting.
He has a master's in accounting as well. And that's his day job. Now listen, Demetrius' talents have taken him to Europe and Africa, as well as on national television, the former Arsenio Hall show. He has been with so many artists, including Kim, flutist Althea Renee, guitarist Tim Bowman, and trumpeter Willie Bradley. He also has music with Randy Scott and Doobie Powell. So many others. Let me see here. This just goes on and on and on. He has 4 albums that I know of, and then several other just compositions and works with other people. The one that we were just listening to is Perseverance, that was released in July 2021.
Oh,
right?
22.
22? Okay.
I think.
22?
I don't know. No,
Yes.
21.
21?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Somewhere around there.
I'm just reading your bio.
Somewhere around there.
I'm just reading the Bible. I'm just
No,
reading
it is 2021. You're
Okay,
right.
okay.
Evolution was 2022.
Yes, Evolution, Journey Within.
Yeah. Oh, part 1.
Yes,
that was the
part
first
1 and
album.
2.
That was 2011,
Yes.
2014.
Yes, I was
Yes.
there for the recording.
Yes. And then the
Yes.
holiday album.
Yes,
that's
and then the
5
Christmas album.
Yep.
Listen,
Mhm.
so much to talk about. Who are you? Who are you, Mr. Demetrius? Who are you? Tell us who you are.
I don't know. When you read that bio, it makes me tired.
I
just
didn't even read
thinking
it all. I didn't even read it all.
Right.
I just read a little bit.
And that's just a partial list. I haven't. If I just go through and name everyone I played for, it was, it's been a blessing.
It's exhaustive.
It is. But I'm from Detroit. Homegrown from Linwood, Blaine,
Come on.
Dexter.
Yes.
So I'm just from the hood.
You from the hood.
I'm from
You
the
from the hood.
Yes.
We all from somebody's hood.
It's some season in the hood, though.
Yes.
It's some season in the
It's
hood.
some Larrys.
It's
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
some Larrys in the
There's a
hood.
lot of
I'm just
Larrys
trying-
because what we go through
Yeah.
growing up in the hood.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
It
So
wasn't all
And he
good.
brought us out. He
Yes.
brought us out.
hallelujah.
Mhm. So I'm from, Linwood and Blaine. I grew up at God's Inspirational Kingdom.
Okay.
Sandy, I see. And that's where Larry Nix. I grew up under. Sandy. Y'all
Hands is raised.
Y'all can't see what Sandy is doing.
I know, she's so
hands
Bro, I grew up
raised.
there playing gospel, and what I loved about the church was that what inspired me was Larry Nix. So when I was 12, 13, that's when I heard Larry play.
Mm-hmm.
And Larry Nix is just
Yes.
crazy.
Yes.
I used to call Red. I was like, Red, you're Larry Nix Jr. I'm not. Because I went a whole nother route. So,
Yeah.
but hearing him play made me want to play,
Wow.
to be a musician. And honestly, that was not my goal.
Really?
My goal was not to be a professional musician. Not at all.
Wow.
Larry knows. So I wanted to be a basketball player
Wow.
and be a CPA. That was my goal.
Wow.
I treated music when I first learned how to play. When I learned how to play piano when I was 14.
Mm-hmm.
So I just looked at it and treated it as, when you're in high school, you go to McDonald's, you work at McDonald's, Burger King, or you work at the mall.
Yeah.
That's how I was treating it. I was like, okay.
It was a hobby.
It was a hobby. $7,500 easy a week because, that was back then. And I just, as I got better, I kept practicing. I would go down to the church. I think I was setting my own self up, and God allowed me to set myself up.
Something was drawing you down.
I was still playing. Right. I was
still drawing down to that church house.
I was still playing basketball and all that, but I would go down. I would pack a lunch at home. I would take my radio back then, tape recording, and all that. Boombox. I would go down to the church on Saturday, stay down there for about 8 hours practicing.
Yeah.
On organ.
You should have known something was up.
I always felt like anything I put my mind to that I wanted to do, I would just try to be the best I could be.
Yeah.
So I used to do that. And then, playing at church, playing organ, you got to be able to play in every key.
Yeah.
There's no transpose.
Okay, wait a minute. Say
There's
that
no
again.
transpose button.
Say that again.
Again, when you.
So one size fit all key.
Yeah. So I grew up on organ.
Yeah.
Now I don't like playing organ anymore. I still do it.
I've never seen you on the organ.
I know, but I actually grew up on organ.
Wow.
So, and I used to love to play it, but I played it so much back then and played so much shouting music. I just didn't want to play it anymore. Because at the Kingdom, you was shouting all the time.
Hey, come on, let the saint shout. Come on, Crayon, let the saint shout.
So I used to practice and again, learn how to play in every key. I remember one particular song, Jesus is Real, back then when it was out.
John P. Key?
John P. Key.
Oh, yeah.
And because it had every, major gospel chord that you would ever play.
Yeah.
I used to play that and play it in every key.
Wow.
Now that's some training.
Yeah.
See, musicians don't do that anymore. They use that button on the keyboard that help you transpose. So you can play it in one key, but it sounds like it's in another key.
Yes.
What? Yeah, that's what. I'm not gonna tell their secrets. So I just did, but I'm not gonna say who.
Right.
I'm not gonna say who I've seen do that. I'm not gonna do that because I've seen a lot of musicians.
Now I've heard some different reasons why, a few guys, some prominent producers, why they've done, especially for live recordings for whatever reason. I've never done it. I've never hit the transpose button. Only time I hit it is when I go play and something don't sound right. I'm like, oh, what's wrong with this? And then I go and see
somebody else
transpose.
Somebody else, because you can leave it that way and then somebody else.
Ear, C doesn't sound like that.
Right.
So.
Yeah, because that's happened too. So I've been singing on a praise team and somebody, switched keyboardists, and the person that sat down didn't know that they had transposed the keyboard. So they're playing a song and they're thinking it's in the right key, but it's really not in the right key. And then we end up singing in the rafters because he's playing in the right key, but the keyboard has been transposed.
Exactly.
Oh,
well, sir. Look, well, sir. I just learned me something right now. I know it was no button. I'm just thinking.
It's a button.
Yeah.
It's a
wow.
Yes.
So yes, I paid my dues with that.
You did. You did. So Larry Nix, of course, I know who Larry Nix is. And of course, my brother came up under Larry Nix as well. So that's when he started learning how to play. And that's who actually taught him a lot of things outside of my father. So who were the other people after you realized you had this bug and you realized that you were going to do this on a regular basis, not just in church? Like, when did it switch from church to jazz?
Oh, immediately.
I want to play this no more.
At God's Inspirational Kingdom, one thing, she used to do, she's from down south, bless her soul. Queen Prophetess Leslie R. Brown, Dick of San Diego.
Sandy know who you talking about.
So she loved blues.
Oh, wow.
Because she used to go to Beale Street.
Okay. So
one thing we used to do is, during a service, any part of the service, it can happen where we'll play a blues and they go to the back of the church and they promenade down the aisle. They promenade down the aisle and it would be in the middle of service.
Yeah.
And it'd be like, so I was introduced to blues like from the church.
Well, yeah, that's where it came from.
And so from that point, of course, I learned whatever gospel songs I had to learn, but listening to George Duke, Joe Sample, I fell in love with jazz. And then I was introduced to Chick Corea from Larry's brother, David. God bless his soul, to the Electric Band. Once I heard that, along with George Duke, I was like, I want to do jazz. I fell in love with jazz music.
Y'all gotta find another way to shout because I ain't doing no.
Y'all gotta shout to some jazz music.
So, and I've always respected every genre of music that I play. So whether it was gospel, I would learn how you're supposed to play in that style, R&B, all the other genres, classical. I always respected that. So that's where I've been blessed where I've played in so many genres because I just respect whatever that music is.
Yes. So have you done any country music?
I've not written any, but I have played it.
You've played it, okay.
Yes.
You played it, but you haven't written it.
That's an easy check for the country music, yes.
Oh, okay. That's an easy check?
Yes.
Is it easy to play?
Yes, it is. You just got to make sure, every genre has a vibe. You just, study it, capture it, and, rehearse it, and there it is.
Now our host, our hostess, she has a love for quartet music.
Okay. I've played quartet music as well.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate you for that plug. Thank you very much. Yes.
Coming soon. A female quartet.
Yes.
Thank you. Yes, I appreciate that. So when you're doing music now, that you're doing your own albums and things like that, where does your inspiration come from? Outside of the music that the cover songs you've done, because you've done a lot of cover songs, but you do a lot of your own music that you write too. So where does that inspiration come from? I know your mom was one because I remember the song you wrote for her.
Steps.
Yes, I remember the song you wrote for her so she could ballroom. Yeah. So I could ballroom basically to almost all your music, which is the bomb for me because I love the ballroom dance. But so where else does your inspiration come from, especially like your true jazz pieces?
From a variety of entities. It can be, a lot of songs I've written is like when I'm running, I get melodies and you go back to the shower and there's some compositions, it could be inspired by, some artists that I like, that I've heard something, but a lot of times I hear melodies like all the time. Like my phone has so many memos.
All the voice memos.
So
you sing them in your phone?
That's
cool.
Almost every song I've written, I've sung into my phone because I could be driving, it'll hit me, and then I'll come back home to the studio and then flush out some ideas.
Nice.
Maybe I should do something with all those songs I done sung into my phone.
Yes. Yes.
You got songs in your phone?
I think Perseverance, it was only maybe one or two that didn't come from the memos.
Wow.
Yeah, everything.
Man, that's too comfortable. Whoo.
Yes.
I didn't want to play it on this particular show, but I'm going to just tell y'all, go get Perseverance, Demetrius Neighbors. That one, Too Comfortable.
That's Anisha.
Oh my gosh.
Moody.
It's a song on his latest album called Too Comfortable, and it is one of my favorites on that particular album, along with Shine.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Nice. Yes. I love Too Comfortable. That was an interesting piece because I had already did the instrumental portion and I was like, I really want some vocals on this. And I said, the only person I could think of who could really, who I've worked with and she really gets into my music is Anisha. So I sent it to her. When I first sent it to her, she was like, okay, where are we going with this? Okay, it took a minute, but once she caught on to whatever she needed, it just went from there.
So did the words come from her?
Oh, yeah, lyrics from her.
Okay, the lyrics came from her.
Yes.
Okay, wow.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
so
Vocals,
how do you know?
Lyrics, she did that.
How do you know when a song needs lyrics and when it doesn't? Because you have both.
Well, for that particular song, I knew I needed lyrics. I felt like it. First, I wrote it as an instrumental, but I felt like the first part of it was more R&B-ish. So I was like, lyrics will sound good on it.
Okay.
And so that's when, it's
just one of those things you just know. You either know or you know that it does or it doesn't. Wow.
Yeah.
That whole process to me is interesting because it could be so many different things, and you can take one song and you can go so many different ways with it. And I love how I can almost, I think I mean, I might not be able to, but I think I can almost tell your style when I hear it. Like I can kind of hear it when I'm like, oh, I think Demetrius is probably on that. That sounds like Demetrius on the keyboard. Now I can't do that for bass players. Now my husband can do that for bass players.
Okay.
He can pick out a bass player in a song, but I can't do that. Now I can pick out keyboardists though.
Okay.
I think I can. Yeah. Like I think I know my brother when I hear him. I think I know my dad when I hear him. Mm-hmm. And I think I know Demetrius.
I keep hearing that. So, and that's the ultimate goal. That's the ultimate goal as an artist, is to have your own voice.
Yes.
I didn't, back in the day, I didn't like that. People, I'd be like, who I sound like? They were like, well, you don't really sound like nobody. You sound like yourself. And I'm like, oh. Okay. I'm like, what is that? Because I still don't know what I sound like. Because I'm always trying to work. I'm always trying to get better.
Yeah.
So I don't know what that is.
But you know what? Even when you play live, and I've heard you play live before, I can still tell. Like I hear Demetrius. I hear what you're doing, and so I can't do it right now. I'm just doing like this, like I know what I'm doing, but I really don't. But I hear how you do your solos, and I hear some of the progressions that you might make, or some of the changes. And sometimes, every once in a while, I can anticipate it, but it's not often that I can anticipate like. And he about to go here. He about to do this. I know he about to say it right here. It's about to be in. Watch, it's gonna be in right here. Yeah. Oh, he did it. I'll be so happy about it. It just makes me feel good. It's all good music. It's all good music. It's all music you can let your kids hear, music anybody can hear. And I think that that's important.
Yes.
That's hugely important. How does your family respond to your music?
Oh, they love it. They're used to it, but they love it though. Do
they love your creative process?
Yeah. So they're like me. By the time the song comes out, they're like, we done heard this a million times. Oh, Daddy, we done heard it. It's been like 100 times because, play it over and over and over and over. And I'm working on something. So, yeah, but they love it.
Okay, so introduce Bounce to This.
Bounce to This. All right. So this is the latest single. Yes. And actually, it's pretty cool that it happened today. So today I debuted on Billboard at number 29.
Wow.
So that's top 30.
Yes.
And it's such a yes. I received the report today. So that is huge out of all the artists.
Congratulations.
Yes, number 29. So you can go to billboard.com, look up smooth jazz, airplay, and you'll see that Demetrius Neighbors is on Billboard. It's been 11 years since I've been on Billboard because I missed 7 years not releasing any music from 2014 to 2021. I didn't release any music.
Wow.
Because I was working on everyone else.
You worked with Kim then.
And a bunch of other artists, and I just neglected my own self. But Bounce to This features Marcus Anderson, who's another core jazz artist, and the band is Rob Skinner, Nate Wynn on drums, Gary Johnson on guitar.
So y'all was jamming.
So Gary Johnson, Pastor D, to give you some context, Gary Johnson was at our church Sunday on the lead guitar.
I saw the young guy.
That's Gary. Yeah. That's Gary Johnson. So he's on this particular track. So now we're going to listen to Bounce to These.
Yeah.
Number 29 on Billboard.
Yes.
And
did that little doo-doo-doo at the end? Who
that was me. That was me. That was me. Did you enjoy that? I enjoyed that.
That was good. That was smooth.
Yes, it's
that
smooth.
Thank you, Denise.
Yes,
she said that was smooth.
Yes, that was smooth.
Yeah,
you
that
can
was
ballroom to it. You can dance.
Yeah.
You can cook. You can clean. I'm telling you,
You can just chill.
You can just chill.
sit
Go
back
for
and
a
chill.
drive. I
Yeah.
like to go for a drive, and that is really, really good driving music as well. You know, you can just meditate with it because there's no lyrics to it. You can meditate with that kind of music.
Yeah.
And, you know, and it's a positive mindset. It doesn't leave you feeling sad. It doesn't leave you feeling gloomy or anything like that. It leaves you feeling upbeat. It leaves you feeling positive.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's what we need right now.
Absolutely.
We need so much more positivity than we do all the rest of the stuff that's going on in this world.
But you have to disconnect from everything. This is the kind of thing that helps you just disconnect.
Yes.
You know, from everything that's going on, just smooth. Just sit back and chill.
Yeah,
and
and reset.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You
Just
gotta do that.
reset your mind, reset your emotions, reset your disposition, and then go back into whatever it is you need to go into with a clear mindset.
Yeah.
And sometimes you just don't, you know, we don't need to listen to any lyrics.
No.
Exactly.
That's energy. We don't have to spend no energy with this. Just
Absolutely.
chill. No.
Just to clear your mind.
Yes.
So,
That's what I love
whether
about
it's gospel,
Trisensory.
Yeah.
I get so into, I was just listening to it on the way here. I get so into that song. Okay, so Trisensory is on A Journey Within Part 2.
Yes, but it originated on the Holiday.
On the
album.
Holiday album. Okay.
Yeah.
So so that's another song. I'm just giving y'all all my favorites. It's called Trisensory, and it's amazing. It challenged me, which is why I like it. It challenged me to go back just a little bit as far as I can think to my days when I learned a little theory.
Yeah.
When I learned a little bit of theory. Let me put that in there a little bit.
That's
and
all right.
so I was trying to count. I was like, okay, so is this 3? No, it's not 3. Is it 3/4? Or is it 6/8? Or is it what? So I was just trying to figure out. So I was counting, you know, I was kind of like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3. Because there's a breakdown with the drums.
Mhm.
And so I was trying to count my way back in.
It's in 3.
It's in
So
3?
you had it.
I was like,
Yes.
so
Yes.
it's 1, 2, 3, 1,
Yes.
2. Okay.
Mhm. Yeah. There you go. And she has the melody and everything. Come on now,
I'm
Nikki.
telling you, that's my jam. I listen to that one all the time. I listen to it all the time. So anyway, okay. So
Yes.
tell us what you have coming up. I know you're going to be somewhere in July 28th, and then
Yes.
in August as well.
So July 28th, which is this Friday, I will be accompanying Adam Hawley
Okay.
at the Flint Jazz Festival.
Yes.
So
Yes.
Adam Hawley, if you don't know who he is in smooth jazz, he's another core artist. Major, has several #1 hits, Billboard, as a producer and as an artist.
Wow.
So me and the unit, whenever you see me on Facebook say the unit is always myself, Rob Skinner on bass, Gary Johnson, and Nate Wynn. So any major recordings, performances, we play for everybody.
Yeah.
All
Okay.
the time.
Yes.
Okay.
So we will be with him. And then next Wednesday at the Aretha for the jazz night, we will be with Althea Renee.
Yes.
That's Althea Renee show and Marcus Miller
Yes.
next Wednesday. So yeah, and then a bunch of other shows,
So yes. So
which is
you're
on my website as well.
That's what I
right.
say. That's what I asked you. Do you have your calendar on the website so they can
Yes.
go to the website
My
and see
itinerary is
your
there.
events that are coming up?
Mhm.
Yes.
It's DKN
Music.
Music.
Yes,
Yes.
dknmusic.com or demetriusneighbors.com. But I think you'll remember DKN Music.
Right. Demetrius
.com.
Crayon Neighbors Music.com.
Yes.
Yes.
Or
It has
DKN
yes.
Music. All one word.
Yes, all
Yes.
one word.
Yes.
So what when is your next project coming out?
Probably not until 2024.
2024.
Mhm. So I
And-
released I released Bounce to This. I'm going to release another single probably at the beginning of the year.
Mhm.
And then I'll bring the project out.
So how do you
Mhm.
how much time do you take between gigs, or do you do it all at the same time? Because I know you're doing gigs now, and then you You might be going back to Ann Arbor to do what's that? The Blue Llama,
which is end of September.
See. So if you're going to be in the Ann Arbor area in September, you might catch Demetrius at the Blue Llama. Yes. Or if you're on the east side of Detroit, when are you going to be at the Dirty Dog again?
I'm not going to be there until November.
Really?
Right. Okay. Because the dates they were trying to give me, I'm already booked shows.
Yeah. Okay. So he's going to be in Ann Arbor in September, everyone, at the Blue Llama. It's very nice. It's a very, very nice. It's a wonderful atmosphere. The crowd is great. The food is pretty good too. I'm just going to put that out there. Yes. Me and my husband went, it was a couple months ago. It might have been last year.
Or was it April?
It might have been. No, I think it was last year.
Probably last year.
I think it was last year when we came. But that's a place that you go pretty frequently with the unit. Yes, with the unit. And then in November, you'll be at the Dirty Dog.
Yes.
So you just did a jazz festival in another country, right?
Jamaica.
In Jamaica.
Yes.
How was that?
It was great. This is our third year doing it. It was amazing. We the unit, we played for 3 artists.
Really?
4.
Okay,
Mike
so who
Phillips.
Mike Phillips?
Yes.
The saxophonist?
Yes. We played for Mike Phillips, Reagan Whiteside, which is jazz flautist. And we played for the singer Coco Watson.
Okay.
She's amazing. And then Dominique Hammonds.
Nice. The violinist.
Yes. And then I was an artist as well. So we had our work cut out for us. But we delivered Detroit style. We did.
Of course.
Yes.
Of course.
And we didn't want Sandy to be mad at us. Like, y'all go over there. You didn't do it right.
You ain't do it right. So when you're playing for other artists, you have to learn their music.
Yes.
And give the musicians of today some advice on learning how to play other people's music when you have your own style, you have your own way. You have your own process or whatnot.
Study their music. Try to emulate what they've recorded before you add your own flavoring. So if the music is just a triad, I'll just say that, which is a 3-note chord. So if it's C, E, G, learn how to play that C, E, G. Don't add everything else. Just learn the original.
Because people always talk about how musicians want to put their own spin on it, or they don't know how to quote unquote stay in the pocket.
If you want to work, learn how that song. Learn the song.
If you want to work.
If you want to work. We've been blessed that we work with a lot of artists, and again we're able to switch styles. We're able to where some artists we stretch out. Some artists we're in the pocket just grooving. So we just learn how we learn the music. And then another thing, if you don't want to have that ceiling or hit that ceiling, learn how to read.
There you go.
Learn how to read.
There you go. So
you don't even have to learn how to read like a classical musician. You don't, but learn how to read where you can look at a chart and study it. Learn the chord symbols. Learn how to write your own charts. That's how we're able to play for so many people, because we know how to read. Now, some of us are not as strong, but we know how to, some of us know how to read chord charts. That way, when I give you a chord chart, you can just sit there with the music, go with it. And you can also learn how to read, more like that. So that's another thing. That's why
everybody's using a number system now,
Yeah, the number system, and the number system is fine. And really the number system is for being spontaneous.
Gotcha.
So when you're at church,
it's more for improvisation.
More improvisation, okay. Yes. So when you're at church and you want to switch to something, even though you might have a chart, but you can switch to something, go to the 4, something like that.
Okay.
But when you're playing for these artists, you need to learn how to read, because a lot of times when we play for artists that come in town, we don't have rehearsals with them.
That's what I was wondering.
We literally don't have rehearsals. They would send us music. I'll talk to them about some notes. We learn from what they give us, and then we go from there. But we learn. But we learn how to. Again, we know how to read and read charts.
Right.
So definitely.
So when you went to Jamaica, they just sent you the music.
They did.
Okay.
They sent us the music. Probably a month and a half in advance.
Is that a lot of time for some music? Or?
It is, but for us, it was not because we were so busy already.
Because you're professionals.
So, again, that's when the charts come in handy. Okay, I think we had a question.
Yes,
like
what's the question? Who in the industry would you like to collaborate with that you haven't?
That I haven't.
Good question, Brother Larry.
Yeah, I knew somebody was going to ask that. I knew it was going to be Larry too. So that I haven't. So I thought about it's a couple of people.
Okay.
So like I'm big fans of I'm a fan of Mesa.
Nice.
And who is the other one?
Very distinct voice.
Yes, very distinct. Shantae Moore.
Really?
Yes.
She's gonna be here soon.
She is.
She is. Somebody need to make that introduction.
Yes.
We're gonna make that happen. Somebody make it happen. You know who you are, whoever you are, down there somewhere.
I actually have a connect that to Shantae. So
that would be amazing. I'm a big Shantae fan. I have her on cassette, so that'll tell you how far back I go with Shantae. Well, she ain't had that much out, but I'm just saying though. But her music is beautiful, and her voice is just angelic, and she's kind of making a comeback now.
Oh yeah,
she's doing a lot more singing and touring and stuff like that. So that would be cool. That would be great. So yeah, let us know when that happens. Yeah. Yes.
So those two, I really enjoy their singing. Male wise,
I was about to ask that.
My biggest one was Doobie. I've always wanted to work with Doobie, so when that collaboration happened, I was overjoyed.
What made you pick that song? Was that a song you picked or he picked?
No, I picked.
You picked that song.
So the arrangement musically was all really complete.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I mean, even the vamp that I created.
Oh wow.
That music vamp. And then he just I was like, Doobie, just do what you want to do on that vamp. And I said, I'll work around you. So the music was already done. Wow. So when I sent it to him, he was like, wow. And I knew
it was a match in heaven.
I knew he could weave through all those changes.
His acrobatics vocally are just top notch, just smooth and top notch. That's why I think that connection was so wonderful, because you're smooth, he's smooth, and it was just like butter. It's just like melted butter that don't ever burn in the cast iron skillet.
Right. Yeah.
That just make real good pancakes, you know what I'm saying, that stay hot for the next 20 minutes as opposed to getting cold, real quick. That's how I like food. I just put that in there. That's how I like.
And he's a great person. Like his attitude. I mean, he's so down to earth. He was wonderful to work with.
Wonderful. So, yes. Wonderful. Okay, so you got music coming up next year, and you have another single that's going to be released. And are you going to do anything else in gospel? I'm just putting it out there. I don't know. I'm just saying, gospel. I'm just saying. I don't know. I'm just asking.
I don't know. I'm toying with an idea, but I don't want to put it out there yet.
Okay.
Whatever the Lord
said.
I'll take that.
But it's it keeps manifesting. So I don't know. I'm trying to think. I don't want to fight it. I feel like I'm trying to fight it.
Okay.
But I don't know.
You can always incorporate. That was one thing that I loved about Shantae Moore. She always had a inspirational type song, a gospel song. She did a song with BB Winans on her album, and you could always just slide one in there.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? It don't have to be like the whole project.
But I've worked with so many of you all.
I know. I know.
But I am thinking about doing instrumental, not necessarily an instrumental, because I would have vocals if I did a gospel project.
And you have so many different people who, like you were just saying, who you work with, like Pam English.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Pam and you together.
See, the hard part is the challenging situation, or the challenge in all of this is if I decide to do a gospel project.
Who you gonna do it with?
Yeah, so many options.
A lot of options.
Yes.
It is. Yeah. It is. So, I'm just gonna put Pam out there.
Pam, she's all
only because I've heard you two together, and I like the chemistry that you have.
Pam would definitely,
and Pam, she's on that other project.
I'll say two people who definitely would be involved off the rip. That would be Larry and Pam.
See, there it is.
Automatically.
Larry Whitfield?
Yeah, automatically.
Oh, you gonna get Larry in there with the hands?
Oh, yeah, he'll do the hands.
He gonna do the hands? He gonna do the hands like this?
Because I started with Larry, but Larry gave me an avenue to create whatever I wanted to create. He never put any ball and chains on it. He was open because Larry likes to go whatever. And I just think back then when we did the Whitfield Music Group, I just think we were before our time.
I agree.
Honestly,
I completely
because
agree.
we were doing fusion,
which is why it was kind of hard for some people to accept the Whitfield Group, not the Whitfield Company, but the Whitfield Group.
Yes, because it wasn't the Whitfield Company.
Exactly,
it was completely opposite.
It was,
but what people don't understand, because some of the songs we performed were inspired, and actually some of them came from Tommy. It's just people didn't hear that.
They just didn't know it, right?
Exactly.
They didn't know it.
It was amazing. So those two will have to be involved because I know I could do some crazy stuff, and they're going to be right there.
And Larry's gonna be doing this, and then he's gonna get that. He's gonna get that flow going. We have another question.
Yes.
Well, one of the listeners wanted to know if you could talk about balancing family and career.
Oh Lord! Oh God!
Ooh-wee.
Jesus! I'm tired.
How many children do you have?
They're grown now. Amen. That makes it easier.
Yeah, I don't know.
3.
They all stay in that pocket, I bet you.
3. They even though they're grown.
I know that.
Well, you know.
But 3. But balancing is pretty tough. For me, growing up, when I say growing up, when I had my family, I was still in school. So I didn't really work. I was doing music basically full time.
Okay.
So that helped.
Flexibility. To give you some flexibility.
So I would go to school, but I would always drop my kids off at school and I would pick them up and my wife would go to work. But I still was working, doing a lot of music. So that helped. Playing at church, that's the tough part, especially when you play at, these
other churches.
When you play at the churches that are popular, or what we call them,
mega churches.
Mega churches.
Mega churches.
Yeah. So that's the tough part because when it comes to holidays, vacations, I remember
they don't like you to go nowhere. They want musicians there all the time.
Yeah, and Christmas and Thanksgiving was always,
got
especially
to do a program.
Christmas. You can open gifts until I come back home from church.
Wow! Oh yeah.
Or
unless you're gonna get up at the crack of dawn and do it.
Exactly.
Or watch night services.
And watch night was blackout days. Those were blackout days where you couldn't miss.
Wow.
So that was tough. You just have to try to balance. Time management is everything. Even if you have to write it down and just try to find a pattern.
Now, where do you find the time to be an accountant?
During 7 a.m.
Your office hours are 9 to 5.
Again, so I always wanted to be a CPA. I'm not a CPA because at this point in my life, I don't need to be. But I still work at one of the top 4 accounting firms in the world, KPMG. So I do taxes. So I still love it.
Yeah,
I know. It's everyone's like, "What are you doing?" They be like, "What are you doing? Why are you here?"
I'm gonna tell you this though. Can't nobody steal no money from you.
Oh no, not at all. Not at all.
What you're not gonna do
I can look at the books real quick. And
what did Oprah tell Tyler when he made his? You sign every check.
You sign. That's it.
You sign every check.
There it is.
That is it.
There it is.
And I remember that for when I get some money.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely.
And people say I make it look easy, but I don't feel like it's easy. Like I sit back and look and say, how do you do that?
Well, you just said time management, right?
Yeah, but still, I even look at that.
You still don't.
Because sometimes I just want to sit there and watch TV. I don't watch TV. So that's
you don't have
one
time.
of the things. Yeah. And
if I that manages your time. If you don't watch TV, that definitely manages your time.
That gives you time to manage.
Yeah.
Because if you're not watching TV, then you're practicing, you're learning somebody's music, or you're doing somebody's taxes.
Or not. Well, Yes, I've kind of let that go a little bit. And that's why I need to talk to off the record.
Lynn.
Talk to Lynn.
Okay.
So,
yeah, that's my girl.
I need to pass her some.
She's
people.
amazing. She's amazing.
But yeah, it's
And you're doing something right in time management because you still got a wife. Because if you weren't managing that time right, you definitely would.
I do.
She'd be complaining.
Well, we went through that stage because I was busy. So we went through stages.
Gotta have some ultimatums.
Yes. Do you have an ebb and flow? Like, there's a certain season where you are not as busy as you are in certain seasons. Like the summertime is really busy, probably.
Summertime is really busy. Usually the first couple of months at the beginning, top of the year, I'm not as busy.
Is that because it's tax season?
Not necessarily tax season, but music wise, everybody's just getting back.
Gotcha.
Getting back to it. So usually that's the time where I work on a lot of production or even writing my own album.
Gotcha.
However, after the summer, usually September and October is a little slow. But for the last couple of years, I've been blessed where all year has been pretty much, ongoing.
Consistent.
Yes. And then somebody said on top of everything else, you run every morning.
I do.
He does.
I do. Yes.
He does. You can see him on Facebook when he finished and he got like 4.5 miles. And it'd be 5 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
Because you run at 5, right? Like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning.
So 6, between 5 and 7.
And you've done a marathon too, right?
I've ran 4 full marathons, which is 26.2 miles. I've ran about 14, 15 half marathons, which is 13.1. But that's a way for me to try to stay in shape some type of way with my schedule.
Yeah, it is sedentary. Sedentary.
Yes.
So I get it.
Try.
Because I read once where all millionaires, their days start early.
Yes.
They're in bed early and their days start early.
I received it right there.
I read
Come
that.
on now.
They said 8 o'clock. You don't call no millionaires house after no 8 o'clock. They in bed. and they get up early. And I found, not on a millionaire level, but just on my level, when you get up early, I'm just so much better early in the morning.
Absolutely.
Like, don't ask me to do nothing close to the end of the day. It's like I'm fuzzy in my brain fog.
Yes.
But in the morning, I'm on it. So it's something to that.
At about 10:30, I'm yawning unless I'm gigging somewhere.
Yeah.
As soon as that is over, I'm yawning because I get up around 5 a.m. every morning.
Yeah.
So,
and that's probably why David said, "Early will I seek him." Because if I don't seek him early, it ain't gonna get done.
Because at night I'm going to bed.
At nighttime.
I am not a morning person at all. I struggle getting up in the morning. It has to be for a specific purpose. And I mean, I'm going to work every day. So that is a reason, but I try to get up in enough time. But sometimes, most of the time, I'm getting up just in time to get to work.
So the downfall to that is when you get up early, when you try to sleep in, it's not.
Cannot. People don't understand it. You can't.
No.
I see people stay in bed. I cannot do it. No. I can't do it.
Can.
I
can do it.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to do it, but just
I try. It doesn't work.
God bless y'all. I will get mine in. I'm gonna get it in.
Yeah.
One way or another.
And don't let the daylight hit. I'm just all
it's over.
I'm usually up. I don't even set alarm clocks. Pretty much. Automatically up.
Automatically. That's nice. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Well, we just appreciate you. We just excited. Just so glad that you came.
Thank you.
Listen, I want you all to download his music. Go buy it. Go purchase it. Okay, purchase it. Yes, the website's right there, dknmusic.com. I want you to go there, go to Apple, go to Spotify, go to Amazon, go to the store. Where can I get the actual CD? Do you still sell those?
Usually Amazon.
Amazon. Okay, so go to Amazon and get the actual CD, and then go and see him at the Blue Llama, and then he can sign it.
Yeah, sales are up.
I saw where LPs are making a comeback.
Sales are up.
I didn't get
everything evolves.
It does.
But then you got to store that stuff. I can't.
Yeah, so we want y'all to buy this man's music, okay?
Please.
Support the music. I'm telling you, want to get it now because I'm telling you it's going to be worth some money later on. I'm trying to tell you, you ain't going to be able to find it and you're going to be like, man, I should have bought that CD when I had the chance. Yes, you need
like
to
your
do
Barbie
that.
dolls. You got it all in Barbie dolls.
I don't want no Barbie doll. Barbie don't look like me. So, yes, we want you to buy the music and go download Bounce to This because that's the new single that's out right now, number 29 on the Billboard charts, coming in hot and climbing. Coming in hot. Yes, coming in hot and we climbing. That's right. We climbing. And then I want you to find a group of people to ballroom to it so then they'll be like, oh, where you get that song from? Download Bounce to This, okay? Yes. Ballroom to it and share it and let other folk know that this music is out. It's positive. Everybody can listen to it and it'll make you feel better. I promise you it'll make you feel good.
And then find a building so we could have some ballroom lessons. So Nikki can start teaching some ballroom lessons.
Oh, it's a ton of them.
We need a building.
It's a whole bunch of people doing ballroom lessons and stuff. I mean, I'm not saying I can't do it because I can do it, but I don't know all the latest hustles and stuff. I just know the plain old ballroom hustle and then like a couple, 2, 3 others that I learned 20 years ago.
I seen they got a Tamia.
I can do the Tamia hustle.
I said, oh Lord, another hustle to learn. I can't learn.
But see, that's old now. It's about 5, 6 years old now.
There you go. There you go.
See, that's old now, but yeah, we got stuff to do. So I want y'all to go ahead and support my brother Demetrius Crayon Neighbors. Go to his website, look up his music, and go get it and support this Detroit artist. Okay, Detroit artists. We need to support our own. We can do so much better with that. We can do so much better with supporting our own. And we have one right here who is world renowned. Okay, Grammy nominated producer.
Billboard.
Am I correct? Yes, Grammy nominated. That I say Grammy, not just stellar. Okay.
So do you know what song I was that I received that off?
No.
You don't, huh? You didn't do your research, huh? You did your research, but you made it all about me, so I appreciate that song. So that song was Kim's Nobody.
Nobody. Oh, that's not
Wrong
Kim.
artist.
Wrong artist. That was somebody else. But
wait a minute. You
nobody like you.
That song right there. Yes.
That one. Mm-hmm. You produced that.
Yeah. What? I did. Another one I produced that people don't know is It's You.
Oh,
it's you.
Yes.
Yep. That one.
See what I'm saying, y'all?
And then did you hear the remix of was that Gregory Porter and Kim?
Which one? That's not holding on.
Yeah.
That one.
The remix.
The remix? Listen.
Where they did the video. I mean, yes, I produced that.
See, y'all, listen to what I'm saying. Okay, we gotta go. We coming. Yeah. We coming. We getting ready to go. She about to tell us all. Yeah. We got to go, y'all. We love you. Thank you so much to my brother, Demetrius Crayon Neighbors. Thank you so much for being here. We want you to like and share this broadcast, okay? Share it and go get his music. Go get it. We love you. Thank you for being with us. Good night.
Good night.
Peace out.
You've been listening to
Soulful Inspiration.
We're so glad you hung out with us today. We're here every Tuesday at 8 p.m. on WVTC Detroit. If you'd like to partner with us or sponsor a show with your business, send us an email at tntsoulllc@gmail.com or you can call us at 313-570-8280. I'm your girl,
Nikki Jones.
The views and opinions expressed on the previous broadcast are those of the authors and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of WVTC Radio Detroit, its advertisers, or affiliates.
The end of COVID-19 is near.
That's right. Everyone in the community's been doing their part to stay safe, and we're finally seeing the light at the end of the tunnel.
That doesn't mean that we can let our guard down just yet. We still need to be vigilant and follow the guidelines of the health officials.
Yes, continue to wear your mask, practice good hygiene, and get vaccinated if you haven't already.
Let's focus on the positive. We can finally start planning those trips, family reunions, and events we've all been dreaming of.
We can finally hug our loved ones without fear and enjoy all the things we took for granted before.
So let's celebrate, but do it safely. Let's keep our communities healthy and thriving.
We're here reminding you to keep the faith, stay safe, and let's get ready to live our best lives.
Congratulations to WVTC Gospel Radio, as they are again the recipients of the 2023 Stellar Award for Best Internet Radio Station of the Year. Many thanks to our viewers. Keep watching as we are winning victories through Christ.
Founded by the father of gospel music, Thomas A. Dorsey, National Convention of Gospel Choirs and Choruses is coming to New Orleans for its 90th anniversary. It's for anyone interested in the gospel, especially through music. This week-long event includes daily classes, workshops, and convention-wide plenary sessions featuring Pastor Donnie McClurkin, Bishop Hezekiah Walker, along with speakers, preaching, a black tie gala, luncheons, nightly concerts, health fair, day of community service. Circle the dates of July 29th through August 4th. Get registered online by searching for 2023 NCGCC. Come on, write it down. Search for 2023 NCGCC. Now, amongst the many events, join in with the New Orleans Metropolitan Union Chorus hosting New Orleans Night on Monday, July 31st at 7 p.m. at the Sheraton New Orleans Hotel with special guests Pastor Dale J. Sanders Sr. and Pastor Tyrone Jefferson and the Tab Mass Choir. Musical tickets are available now from any union member, to include President Cordell Chambliss, Val B. Williams, Troy Coleman, Robert Pate Jr. Get $20 tickets at True Vine Baptist Church on these select dates, July 8th, 15th, and 22nd, but only from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m.
Here's just one of the fine programs right here on WVTC Detroit. Hey, are you in need of a jingle, a commercial, or have you considered a podcast for your business or ministry? If so, let WVTC Radio Detroit be your choice. And guess what? Location is not a problem. We can pick you up and broadcast you from anywhere. For more information, please go to our website at WVTCDetroit.com or drop us an email at WVTCRadioDetroit@gmail.com. We're waiting to hear from you. Here's just one of the fine programs right here on WVTC Detroit.
You're listening to WVTC Gospel Radio Detroit, and we're flowing in the Spirit.